Okay. Hello, and welcome to day 3. And first, I want to check in, see how you guys are doing. How did it go for yesterday and Monday, day 1? If you have any question, if you had time to practice, if not, the video are available I put them on YouTube so you guys can refer to them in the future. But I'm still super intrigued by what you come up with. So if you want to share on the Facebook group, that would be amazing. Um, this being said, um, the bonus were sent this morning earlier, so don't hesitate to go check this out. And tomorrow we're gonna talk about drawing on our art. So that's gonna be really fun. There's that piece I just want to show you so you have an idea for tomorrow that I don't like. This thing, I kind of, there's part of it that is nice, but I feel like what I've done here is just a big mess. So tomorrow, what we're gonna do is we're gonna go work on it, but with either an acrylic pen or a alcoholic marker. Go with what you have. You can even use acrylic paint and a palette knife, make nice leaf, flowers. So we're gonna play with that. And T-Rex. T-Rex is a brand of alcohol ink, and I never use them, but I've ordered them, so I should receive them hopefully before this challenge finish, so I can give you some feedback about them. But they they are right now liquidation of all the old stuff. I don't, is that a word? Um, so instead of $5 a bottle, you have it for $3 and free shipping in US when you buy at least 4. So if you want to go check it out, T-Rex Alcohol Ink. Um, I've heard really good thing about them. So yeah, but I cannot wait to try them. And so if you want something new that is not super expensive, but has been told to be quality, you can either wait for my personal review, or you can just go ahead and go buy them. There's no affiliate link. It's just I'm sharing information with you if you need new alcohol inks. Um, okay, so let's switch camera. Let's move on right away. Um, and Julie, I saw you have a question. I will answer it at the end when we get to that part of varnishing. The question is about varnishing. So I think, okay, so I wanted to bring this piece just to show you a little bit. I decided to go with the cherry blossom. So if you see, there's flowers that are open up. There's some that are open. The petals like kind of go to the side. It's like sideways. Um, and some that are more like a little a bud, no, just a little sprout. Things like that, a smaller one. So we're gonna just play. We're not doing the entire thing because if my memory is good, this took me 4 to 6 hours to make, and not that maybe not in continue, but I just remember it took me a while to just figure out where to put things. And yeah, it just, we're not gonna do 4-hour workshop today. So I put this to the side. One thing, troubleshooting this little paper. I guess that was a practice paper. I want to show you something that happened. I've seen a video yesterday, and it was all about someone learning, and she just put her ink, she put the color, she put the isopropyl, and then she started using the pump, and it dries so quick. The person didn't have enough isopropyl. So I just want to show you. I'll just like reactivate a little bit here. When you don't have enough isopropyl, it's gonna give a different end result. Now let me just put this because I might make a mess. This is just a little tip. If you're starting, that can be very useful. When I was giving class also, it's something that either with pouring or alcohol ink, it was the same problem. People wouldn't put enough of the either the white, well, you don't have to use white in pour, but I mean as the background color, either not enough so it doesn't slide, and same for this. So I'm just gonna remove it from the bottom. Just gonna mix it a little. And I just want to show you. Now I do have enough isopropyl alcohol. It's not that I don't have enough, but when you go too strong, of course it's not gonna do it. I have too much. Okay, look, I'll do just a new one. One drop, and then I'll try to make it more obvious what I'm trying to say. Okay, so then the person was going uh, and was going really rough and really fast. And this is what it does. It will give you all those little spikes, and like when you go faster, often it will give those tiny little space. Like you can have, like here, I let it dry, it gets more flat, but I dried it a little bit on the side, so you can see some details. But if you dry it constantly, it will, and strong, it will give those spikes, and it will create like smaller area. So I just wanted to show you, if you don't like that, you just add more isopropyl alcohol and you go from there. Okay, now let's start our project. Now, I'm not going to use the entire paper like I said, so I'm going to do one that is open, one that is sideways, and I'm going to link them with the branch. And from there, we'll just add our details. So quite simple, straightforward. We're going to use gold because I love gold. Took out also, just so you know, a opaque color. So this can be, it's just for you to see how it goes. Those opaque color reacts a little bit like white. If you have a white, they take longer to dry. They are thicker. They will create different effect on your paper, and sometimes it's super interesting. Okay, I'm using my wine color from Kamenskaya. And what I'm gonna start with, I'm gonna take my bigger brush, is here. I'm gonna do one flower that is a little bigger and one that will go like sideways. You don't have to do it like this. You just need a drop that is gonna dry there. And there you go. Now we just need to wait that it dries. And again, if I use my isopropyl while it's wet, my isopropyl will go grab this entire thing of alcohol and then of inks, I mean. And then for the next petal, it's going to be harder because there's going to have no more colors here. So you can draw each petal like yesterday, when we draw each part of petals and you go on it, you can do it 100% like this if you want to. Okay, so now it's dry. Let's say 4 drops. So 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm gonna let it activate this part. Now it's going all the way. I'm just gonna dry this right here. There, I'll push it right away. Okay, so we're using gold. I'll use my gold right away when it's dry. Yesterday we used it while it was still, when it was dry. Today I'm gonna use it while it's still wet. And I'm gonna get this ready. And nice. Okay, let it settle a little bit. Sometimes it can help the natural flow. And I'll just work on that side. Make sure you work with it while it is wet. And now it seems like 2 drop was too much, but remember, we're going to reactivate this part every time to make our next petal. Let's just make sure it dries completely. That you like the shape. And gentle on the push. There you go. Now I'll do the second one. I'm gonna add a little bit of color just to make sure I have enough. And here, when it's just drying like this, you can 100% use your air dryer. Just use one that is not too strong. If it's a strong one, make sure you use it from the side perpendicular to your paper so it doesn't splash everywhere. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, normally I go like at a 45, like 135 angle. For some reason, I did not do that. And the reason is simply because it makes my petal more natural. I don't have them all like, let's say 4 petals, and then I have a one that I need to make bigger or something. I want to make 5 petal, but we're gonna make it work. No worries. And don't hesitate to go create shade. If you want your petals to have this soft edge, right now actually I'll do the soft edge here. So we can see it. And now you see that opaque? It's just so pretty. It's a lot more well, opaque. That's the word. Trying to find a fancy word, but it just have less translucidity. Ooh. Now, if you don't know, I am my first language is French. And I live in US for 13 years, but I kind of never got into that real American accent. And I somehow I kind of don't want to. I really like it's kind of what was left of my culture. So I like to have my accent, but sometimes I wish I'd be very more confident in the words I've used. And so here you see yeah, the opaque color and the metallic are kind of the same heaviness. So it didn't stick on top like it did here. So I'm gonna add a little bit more to create a nice little line inside my petal with the gold. And I don't push it on that side because that's where the next petal will go. And I want to keep it on this side of the petal so you can see the gold. Since I have two more to go, like all this part here and all this part here will kind of dissipate inside the next one. Now I have one more color. I do feel like it's getting lighter and lighter. I'm gonna add just a teensy bit more. And I could add my drop right on top. It just depends um how thick, not thick, how much you want the color to be, like how dark, concentrate. Okay, next petal. And 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's go with one like this. Let's go reach out. So we go grab that area. Darkest part here is coming in, makes it beautiful. It might be a little bigger compared to the other one. If you want, you can erase some of it right away, or let's wait. It can be nice sometimes also because some flowers will open, you see them from not the top, but like at an angle. So the petals that are the closest to you, you kind of see them folding towards you and they're shorter. So let's just see if that create that kind of effect, even if it's longer on that side. This one could be, this one is, yeah, it's a little off, but let's finish it and then I'll decide if I make it smaller or the other one bigger. The cool thing with alcohol ink is you can always go back on top, which is really cool. Oh, nice. I love it. I love the colors. So those colors were from a kit of 4 from Kamenskaya. You had the gold from Kamenskaya, you had that dusty pink, that wine, and that bright purple. Oh my gosh, I did not show any of them. Bright purple, that dusty pink, and the wine. And it's a set of 4, so the other one is yeah, the gold, their brand gold. And if you want to know everything about it, it's going to be in the description when you rewatch. I do have a video about it. Okay, I love it. Those colors are beautiful. Okay, so now let's do this one. Actually, let's do a little center for our flower. This bright purple. This one. So it dries fast. It always, if you don't use it right away, it's gonna be dry. So I just want to go in the center. Now I have my tiny, tiny brush. And I don't feel everywhere. I'm just going and feel in between where there's no gold or, but I go gently. It's not much, it's just a little. Gives a nice finish to have the center just popping a little bit. Okay, so let's go to this one. I'll start with this, the first one at the bottom. What I want is the same colors. I might do the soft edge for that one, just so it gives an extra practice. 1, 2, 3, 4. One drop this. And I'll try it a little bit before I put my So remember, I don't want my petal to be extremely perfect. I want some shape. So I don't push on the perfect edge. Now I'm really, really close. I'm gonna have to be super careful with that. Go gentle. There you go. Okay, I like it. Just a little softer edge at the top. I'm gonna push here so we can see my gold. Gold got hidden under. You see, I'm going very gently because I really don't want it to go on my first flower. I don't want it to splash. There's nothing worse than trying to go fast and then your ink splash in your work and then it's just now I should definitely take my smaller brush with little details. Okay. Whew. Very pretty. Okay, next one. Let's it seems still a little wet here. Okay. So I'm going 1, 2, 3, 4. Gonna add my pearl. Ooh, see, that's what I say. Sometimes it just go in it and then we're gonna fix it. That's a cool thing. I said it earlier, but at least with ink, it's you can work with it and replay with it. Okay, now the reason I'm coming here right away is just I don't want it to keep going on my first petal that I made. And I'm just gonna bring it a little higher so I can go do a soft edge. And don't hesitate to go back to make those edge pretty. And know that the ink also, when you let it stay by itself, it will often create those edge naturally. So you don't have, like once you know where your petal is gonna be contained, you can just let it dry. Now I want a little bit more here. And move it. Yes. Now my paper is 150 micron from Nara. And when I use that paper, the only thing I don't like is it's the thinner. It's the tiniest one. And it tends to be harder to manipulate. When you use some of the paper are a lot more thick. I surely have some. Um, the only thing you need to understand is, let's say you mess up with your thick paper, um, you can, I have this one here. It is super thick. I don't know if you can, like it's really harder. Um, this one, I pick it up and then it's just going everywhere in my hands. So for practice, those are excellent. And even like if you're gonna frame it and stuff, it's good. The only thing you need to understand is it's the tiniest. Oh my gosh, I said that. Where I was going is if you mess up with a thick one, there's not that much you can do unless you erase or rework it or something like that. But when you use a thin paper, they are the perfect one for bookmarks and the necklace. You could use a thick one for the necklace too, but the thin one is just they're just so easy to work with for a bookmark because you fold it. The thicker one, you'll need a stronger magnet, which at some point makes no sense if you just have a huge magnet for a small bookmark. Um, oh, again, oh my goodness. Did you see that? It just splashed. Okay, fix that. Ah, such a bummer. I like that pedal. I want this here, and I want more gold. So now that I've kind of dropped a thing here, it makes my pedal being way, way, way too big for what I'm trying to do. So I might go and redo one in the middle. And no more no more of that one, simply because it's getting thicker and thicker, and I don't want any more in my design right now. Okay, let's see. One, two, three. I'll just do three so it doesn't go everywhere, but I'll rework it so I can frame it exactly where I want. Go on top. Be shy to go rework on top of something you already did. Now, really having a hard time with that pearl. Not doing. There you go. And now, as you can see, the shape is kind of weird again. So I want to go back to the one on the right. I can see that it's still wet, so that's why it doesn't go where I want right away. But let's work on the last one. One, two, three, four. Now I'm gonna make sure it doesn't go too much on top. Okay, yes, I like it now. So yeah, don't be shy because it just create those impact those like that nice transparency within the petals, and it's really nice to have that. Okay, now I'm gonna get my wine color again. And like I did here, I'm gonna just go work on some section and I will bring my triangle. Now, this brush, as I said yesterday, is absorbing a lot, so I can go on my paper until there is less. And I'm creating that little triangle. Now I want it a little darker, so I'm just gonna go like this, a little more here. It's very gentle. I'm kind of tapping right now. I'm not sure you can see from the camera angle, but there you go. Now, what I want is my, oh, no, we're not doing a straight flower. We're doing our, okay. Yeah, sorry. I was like doing a, okay. So black, we're gonna do branches. That's what we're doing. So I'm using black, brown, and my opaque color for this. So let's start with some brown, and I'm just gonna go, and branches, remember, they are not straight. Don't go too close, especially if there's a lot of paint in your brush. Because, yes. Oh, no, no. Okay, I just did exactly what I said not to do. Let's make it go. Uh, and know that you can add a lot more flowers, okay? Like, definitely, you can have a lot more flower. Now, that kind of flower, well, I will call them cherry blossom, but I mean, they are definitely abstract. You don't want straight branch. If you look at the cherry blossom branch, they are very crooked. So, okay, now I'm going back with the black and I'm gonna use it like more like at the bottom of what I just did. Just to give some dimension and color. And I'm going like this. I'm very soft with my brush right now. Very soft. I'm gonna get my Kamenskaya again with my opaque color. But now I'm gonna use my very small brush, dip it in, and go like at the top of the black. So you have your brown under that will show up in some space. And then you have the black at the bottom to create that like darker shade because it's at the bottom. And then your opaque. The opaque will kind of sink in, you'll notice right away. So sometimes you want to go for multiple layer. If you go back on it once it's dry, you'll be able to see it better. And it just creates those beautiful details. Now, here I kind of I tried to fix my little flower here. There you go. And I'm not going precise. I really want it to be um flowy kind of thing. Now we kept it super simple, but I mean, those are different technique. And I think it's the only time I really use my brush that we see my brush stroke. Now I'll bring it closer to the camera. You'll have a picture also, but so you can see the details, the shimmery, and there you go. Oh, okay. Yes, we had a question about, let's see. How do you usually seal your alcohol ink piece? Heard some spray can mess it up. Yes, some spray can mess it up. I did talked about it a little bit on, was it on Monday? Yes, when I talked about supplies. When you use a UV resistant spray varnish, what it does is the UV contain some isopropyl alcohol or some type of alcohol. I'm sorry, I'm looking from okay, cover. Some type of alcohol which will reactivate your piece. It's not enough. Well, okay, I will tell you a personal story. When I was, let me just replace this. Okay, so when I was in the at some point I did an artwork. I was super proud, and I varnished, and I used the UV first. I did not know, and it started kind of slipping. Actually, I had the Camar varnish, and I just had no more. So I've used the other one thinking, well, it needs UV, it needs UV, let's use that. And it started kind of slipping a little bit because, of course, my table was not level. So it went and pushed my flowers away. And it was very discreet, but because I knew now it was a work that I couldn't sell or I couldn't use or anything like that. You always use a Krylon Camara varnish, something with no UV first. I know there's more out there. Uh, the one that is easy to find here is this one, that brand, Camara varnish from Krylon. But I know there's more. It's just that's the one I use. But yeah. So UV last, always last. And when I don't varnish down. I put on the wall. So I put a little tape in the back and I put it directly on the wall. This being said, if you did not hear, I am using a Kamenskaya varnish inside my isopropyl alcohol. So when I touch my design, it doesn't leave. I just cannot find information on if it's enough. So I still varnish with my Krylon and Camar and then the UV after. But at least I can store them knowing that they will be fine because my first, I'm sure I have one before I started using Kemenskaya. I'm trying to find it did happen to me that I had some without any varnish and you pass your finger and then yeah, there's a mark. And that's it. Over. You need to start over. So it's very sad. So yes, I do use always, always. Oh, it's too far. The varnish inside my isopropyl. So it's like a double safety for me. Like I'm working so hard on those pieces that I don't want them to get bad. Um, okay, I think we went through everything. Is there any other question? Don't hesitate. Okay, I have Inks on my paper that I wrote as a note. Inks is a new magazine that is coming out. I have been very triggered by the lack of integrity on Alcohol Ink forum of people showing other people's work as their own, or people showing Alcohol Ink AI, artificial intelligence um, artwork, and saying that it's theirs. I have no problem with AI as long as the people say it's AI. Just the integrity behind it, the transparency, to me, this is super important. And so there's that new magazine coming out, and I'm inviting you, if you have artwork you want to show, a tip you want to talk about, anything, go on my website. There's a column for artist call and a column for if you want to be advertising. If you want to advertise, this is different. But if you want to be featured, if you want to show your work, if you have a blog post about Alcohol Ink that you feel could help other artists, please, please, please go on my page and go fill the form. It's very easy. It's not complicated. And the first edition is coming out in July, and it's every other month. And as of now, it is free to be featured or to have a blog post or to have those things. So if you're looking for something to say, you have a word, you have a heart, something you want to show up, just let me know. Or if you know an artist that could be featured, I have a good list of people for my all my covers are already done for the next years, but I still need more to cover. And yeah, it's gonna be amazing because I feel like I don't want people to pay to be featured because I want to be able to curate them and to make sure that the authenticity is in the work. And integrity is just such a big deal to me. And I feel like online it's so hard to know what we're seeing and if it's good or not. And not if it's good or not, if the person is telling the truth. And I don't know, for me, this is just a big thing lately. Um, Yeah, and I cannot be all day on Facebook or stuff like this telling people, hey, can you credit the artist because this is from her? Or so yeah, I cannot be a police. I don't want to be a police. I have too much to do to to bring joy to the world to just be a police. So instead I decided let's join force together and let's build something that will really um bring integrity to our community. So you want to be part of it? Go on my website, heartsyourlife.com. There's into the artist section, you'll find the Hanks magazine. Yes. I hope I can see you tomorrow. Tomorrow we're working with designing a little more on top of our artwork. And see you tomorrow. Have a nice day.